So welcome back, everyone. I wanted to jump on very quickly and say Happy New Year's Eve to each and every one of you. I am in the process, actually, I have my wine here, but I'm in the process of baking cookies and my little timer just went off. So I need to grab those out. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, and whatever you have planned for New Year's Eve, I hope that it is a ton of fun for you, and I hope that you have a safe New Year's Eve. Sorry about that. I didn't expect that was going to go off as soon as I started my video. But we are having a New Year's Day gathering tomorrow. It's something that we try to do annually. It starts around it starts at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's a group of people that come over, and you know, it really is a lot of fun. We do a couple of games where you can actually win some money with some lottery tickets and things, so that's a lot of fun. And so tonight I'm trying to do some of the prep work so that I have a little less to do tomorrow. And so I'm baking cookies tonight, and I got my red wine here, and I just wanted to hop on very quickly while I had a moment and I was in the kitchen, and I'm kind of in between, like I said, baking, and say Happy New Year's Eve to all of you. And I wanted to thank all of you for being with me, many of you since the very beginning, but for those of you who were with me through the whole journey of 2018, I just want to say I appreciate all of you so, so much. And I appreciate your kindness and your support through everything. 2018 has really been a wonderful year for me. A lot of new endeavors, a lot of new changes. And I don't really know what is going to happen in 2019. I don't really have any, I'm not somebody that makes New Year's resolutions. So I don't really know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm so grateful for all of you. And I really, truly hope whatever it is that you are, whatever resolutions that you have, or whatever goals you might have in mind, changes that you would like to see in the new year, I really, truly, genuinely am rooting for you that those dreams and those goals will come true for you, because I know what it's like to have a dream and to have a goal and to have some sort of a desire in mind, and to hope, believe, pray that those things come to fruition. And it's so, I think it's always so nice when you know that there are people standing behind you, rooting for your rise. And so I just want you to know that I am that person for you. I'm standing behind whatever it is that you are hoping to accomplish in the coming year. Again, I'm not really sure what we're going to do or what I'm going to do. You know, as I discussed in a previous video, I did shut down the AtHomeWithZane store. Thank you all so much, by the way, for your kind words with that. It was and was not a hard decision. There was part of me that knew from a very strong business standpoint that it was a possibility that I was going to. And I read a lot of books on successful people. And one thing that I've learned is successful people quit the wrong things quickly. So what that means is successful people, it doesn't matter if they've been doing it for 6 months or for 2 years. If they realize right away that this is not the right endeavor for them, they quit it immediately. And they don't think about how much money they spent, how much time was invested, what they gained, what they lost. All they know is that they've cut that cord quickly. And that's why they're successful. Because a lot of times, if you don't quit the wrong things fast enough, you oftentimes end up in bankruptcy or, you know, in a really bad spot. And so although the store did well and it had a lot of its pros and I enjoyed it, I knew exactly at the moment that I was not going to probably continue. And so as a matter of fact, I shared with this in a previous video, but not quite as in depth. I didn't promote the store at all during the biggest shopping season of the year. I did not promote the At Home with Zane store during the Christmas season one time. And that's because I was concerned that you all would place orders as gifts and not receive them in time, because I know that shipping is delayed anyway. And then when you factor in the holiday, that shipping time is even more extensive. So I intentionally didn't do that because I didn't want to create a headache or an upset for you all. And I didn't want to create a headache and an upset for myself. And so that's when I had a lot of time to look at everything and make that decision that that's not the route that I was going to go. So it was a difficult decision, but I don't regret it. I don't for one second look back and think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. That decision, once it was made, was very easy to make. I just told my husband we're gonna dissolve the store. So for this year, I'm going on the news next Saturday, January the 5th. They've asked me to come back, which I think is so wonderful. When I went on the news the first time, I had hoped that I would sort of become a regular, like, go-to person that they would turn to for budget-friendly home decorating advice. And so I was there in August. I was there in September. They asked me if I would come back in December, but the time frame didn't work out with the holiday. And so they've asked me to come back on January the 5th. So I will be going back on the news. It is the 6 a.m. show, Central Standard Time, Fox 2 News. I will try to share the segment as I've done in the past, if I'm able to. But I also plan to share some of the ideas that I'm taking to the news here on my channel. So if you don't get to see the news segment, then, you know, hopefully you'll get to see some of the ideas that I share here. But you never know, you know, who's watching, and you never know, you could be in the right place at the right time of what's going to happen. But I do know that for me, making the decision to close the store was a good thing. It was profitable, and it was a lot of work, but it just wasn't something that I felt like I was willing to continue seeing the direction that we were headed in terms of cost for the goods. And, you know, I always had a concern, because I never physically had my merchandise in my hands. I always had a concern about, you know, well, what is it going to look like when you get it? So thank you all for your support with that. And I hope you all have a wonderful new year. Like I said, I just wanted to pop on because I'm making my cookies, and I think I've shared in a recent video with you guys, and you'll probably see it whenever my, you know, the camera is flipped and I'm back on the At Home with Zane set. We did some changes in our kitchen. We did get a new kitchen island, which I absolutely love. And so many of you, by the way, have asked that watched the videos of us refurnishing our entire home. So many of you have asked for some tips and things like that about how to decorate when you have obstacles involved and small spaces. And as you know, our kitchen is small. And even though our home is a good size, it was built in the 50s, it's a ranch style home, and our rooms are not big. So every single thing that we did, every item that we purchased, every room that we furnished had to be measured precisely. And we had to take into consideration every single obstacle that that room possessed. So, if it was this room in particular, I only have a certain amount of space that a kitchen island can fit in here. So it had to be the right length, the right height, the right width. And I went through probably over 100 before I finally found one that would fit and that I liked the look of, and, things like that. And so by getting a new kitchen island, we did some other really small things too, that I'll share with you guys in videos. Like if you have to do dishes, we don't have a dishwasher, but like if you're somebody who has to do your dishes, why not make your sink area somewhere that's attractive to stand there and do your dishes? So, I got a new dish strainer and I got a new dish mat here, which I'm going to share with you right now. I got my new dish mat, which I love. It fits right here in my sink. I have my hand soap in something attractive. And, so you can take into consideration if you've got a task that you already don't want to do anyway, why not try to make it look as, pleasant as possible? And so those are some of the things that I tried to do in this room. And now our kitchen island matches the black of our appliances. The base of it is metal and it matches our appliances. And my strainer and my dish mat are black. And so we've got a little bit of cohesiveness going on in here. And those are some of the things that I want to share with you all next year and answer some of those questions because I've received tons of them. We did little things like we got all new dishes. So I shared a picture of this on social media, and we have all new, beautiful, square, white dishes. We bought 2 sets and they're gorgeous. I love them. Everything in here is so simplistic looking now. We got new glassware. I did keep some of my entertaining pieces, my vintage crystal pieces here, because I'll be using those tomorrow. And then for our anniversary, for our reception, we got these rock glasses that say Mr. on them. Our great friend Angela O got us those from Crate & Barrel, so I kept those. And then, of course, we have our Crate & Barrel coffee mugs up there. So these are just things that you can do that are very inexpensive, but they give you a nice, pretty, cohesive look to your home without having to spend a fortune. So now when I open up my cabinets and I can see all this very pretty, matching dishware, it just is nicer than when I would open my cabinet and see all that mixed matched dishes that were sort of pulled together over time. So these are some things that you can do, to really make things nice in your kitchen. And I'll share some more of those ideas going forward, but little things like getting a new shower curtain, making sure that all your dish towels are all the same, and match, your plates, things like that. So those are some of the things outside of getting new furniture that we did. And if you don't follow me on social media, check out my video description for links to my Pinterest, my Instagram, the At Home with Zane Facebook page is on there. The At Home with Zane website is on there, which was just newly created. I've always had a website, but whenever we opened the At Home with Zane store, the website became the store. Well, now that we don't have the store any longer, a new website was launched yesterday, and www.athomewithzane.com. You can check that out, and that also will provide you links to all my social media sites as well. So check out my video description and click on those links, and you can go over and check out my website, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. Follow me over there because that's where I share a lot of the day-to-day things that are happening, like the pictures. If it's not in the form of a video, I'll share it over there. Things that Sean and I are doing, family things, stuff like that. So pictures of, gatherings, you can find all of that over there. So I am going to get back to dealing with my cookies because as you can see, they are all done and they are going to be delicious. Talking to cookies here. So I've got to get those off the tray and get my next batch in the oven. So it's been a pleasure talking with all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful, safe New Year's Eve, and I hope you all really, truly have a wonderfully blessed new year and that all of your dreams come true.